Okay. Is it aerial spec? Probably. It's a pretty decent pack. You can put the fangs kind of late, but not as late as the Stormcrawler. It's gotta be the Arclight or the Hound here. I think the Hound is better because it's less vulnerable to the balls. Plus, it clears his fangs better if we ever get into that situation. Why does everything have to be aggro here? Yeah, the problem is we need to have these guys like this. And it looks like these guys also need to be forward as well. So it's kind of tricky here. I'd like to see what the logic is here. So, okay, that's the logic. We'll just move it back a little bit. I guess it's like this is okay. Um, Maybe put this in the middle, like here. I'm okay with this, if that's the way we're supposed to play it here. Maybe this looks a little bit neater. I think this is pretty good. Don't think we've ever used this kind of deployment before, but this is interesting. This one little. Haste module. Maybe a haste module and this is good. I'm not sure. It would be good on his units, but might not be bad here. The thing is, we got to go Phantom Race. So I think it's just skip. Oh, we could have went for it and still went Phantom Race. Now I'm kicking myself. Go 4 squares from the back, maybe. Just because I'm worried there's not too much in front. Carry Fangs. Okay, it's the first time we've seen this. This is going to be going pretty well into what we have here. We have not seen range on round 2 for Fangs in decades. It's going to be really well into what we have now. But once the fire comes out, I think it's going to be a lot of problems for him. Wow. So we get that Vulcan, get the Fire Badger. I think the Vulcan is just better here. He's not gonna like this for sure, but yeah, that's the name of the game. We'll do this, and I think we just go for the oil now. I think. Could just also, maybe the oil here is better because we get more coverage everywhere. The problem is we don't get the ignition over here, so we're gonna have to just go oil here, and he's selling out of his hounds. So maybe he needs to bring more hounds back into this picture. Okay, what is this for? This is gonna be annoying. Because we're not likely to get fire coverage over here. So I'm not quite sure what the correct response is to these side fangs. Is it just Mustangs with range? Kind of don't want to have to get Mustangs with range, though. We can definitely take out his front line, no problem. Until he gets the Hound upgrade. But he needs to build more fangs if he wants to do a true fang carry. We also got rid of our war crimes. So we'll go for laser sights on this. And we need to think about how to deal with this. Wonder if it's just like tanks, but it's too much money. I want to go oil here and just get another guy here. But I don't know. I think we want to missile this for now, just because we don't know what's going to come later. We need more stuff. Like we need to have another like fire guy here. I don't know what else we can get for this kind of money. I think we can only go for Phantom Rays. Okay, so it's forts. This is not good. We locked on to the wrong unit here. And this oil is not gonna ignite here. This fortress is way too strong. But we at least get the ignition. So I think it's right just to build more Phantom Rays. We're eventually gonna get more ignition. Like this is good. Okay. All he needs to do is go for the extinguisher, but he has a lot of things he needs to go for. Hopefully we don't get additional deploy specialist. Marks, these guys are pretty good at taking care of the flanks, I think. I think this is pretty good. Just to throw on the flank. Just so we don't need to keep missiling every round. And could even consider armor just to go for this. But I think it's too much of an investment. We already borrowed. Need to go range, but you know, we also need more Phantom Rays. I think we sell out of one of these guys here. I think we just missile this guy here, just so he doesn't walk so forward. Okay, barrier. More extinguisher dogs. Surprised he hasn't clicked the technology yet. This is a really bad solution, actually. It's costing way too long. But at least it's only a pack and a half, and the oil's gonna hurt us shoot real bad. We at least have the right unit to deal with his fire badgers and I mean his extinguishers, and that's gonna be the. Okay, there's no fire here. We have level 2 units. Yeah, we need to sell out of these guys. Okay. Okay, we can try to get one of his bubbles off. Maybe we could do this, or we could do this. I think this is a little bit better, but he's gonna go extinguisher now. We'll sell out of this stuff. We'll keep missiling here. I think we need to keep missiling here too. And I think it's gonna be Scorch Fire or range, probably. I do like more Phantom Rays. I also like Phoenixes to do the DPS. But the Phantom Rays also are good at DPS. And they're also critically providing the fire, which is really important. Energy Shield could be good, but maybe we go range first. I don't know. It's just that the flanks are covered now, I think. I think we go for Scorching Fire, actually. It's probably just more Phantom Rays. Okay, Sprinkler Dog time. Scorching Fire is smart, because it's going to be good into his Fire Dogs. Are we going to be able to get Ignition here? Yes, partially. It's a really interesting strategy because it's just, you know, he's got Sprinkler Dogs. There's some backline. He's borrowing every round, but he's winning. So it's going to be a factory pretty soon. Ion Blast is going to be great for him. I think we just go for a factory. I don't know how long we can keep going. Maybe we go for the Ion Blast first, because it's kind of a spell, but the EMP is also really good. You know, you have to get through his shields, which is a problem. I think it's just better to skip this. Straight for the War Factory. Just gotta click armor, so we sell something. Maybe we sell this guy, or could sell a tank. Well, we sell this guy for sure. Quick armor. And we'll just put him somewhere like here. Just so we attract maybe... I mean, we could put him here, we could put him here. I think this has the steel ball production. We don't necessarily want to be part of that. We'll continue to missile as we need to. And we can throw an oil, I think, probably like here. But he does have the Sprinkler Dogs anyways. So I wonder how good the oil is going to be. Okay. And do we go for speed here? We have to. Now, level 2 is a little bit more dangerous than I initially expected. Where's the fire from this guy? Why is his range is 95 but still not firing? This is going to be bad. Why is he not firing? Jesus. Speed is 1.1. Holy crap. Now it goes to 1.8. What happened here? We can't actually connect here. Are we going to be able to get some kind of reignition here? Oh. That was beautiful. Alright. It's starting to get real bad. Phoenix is good, but I think it's going to be a sell. He's going to go for steel balls. 100%. Do we just say GG here? This is kind of crazy. Steel balls will lock on pretty much right away. Could go steel balls of our own. Probably our only shot here. Steel balls of our own. And I don't know. Surely we sell one steel ball, right? Surely we go for another factory, right? And we definitely missile these guys, I think. Don't really know what else here. Could arguably put a steel ball here, but it's gonna die to one shot. So probably better to just put it here. Or here. Incendiary, oh, okay. I forgot about the ignite thing, but the ignite's not going to be good for us. Both are insta-dead. Extinguishers are going to be online. And do we get ignition on the right? Everything's dead. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Haven't lost to this in decades. Haven't seen this in decades. I don't even know how to start analyzing this here. I mean, I think he just has the perfect answer to what we have. I mean, we don't have armor. Even if we did, level 5. You know, there's this is just an amazing strategy here. I thought the War Factory would work. I didn't even know he ran Ignite. The damage isn't even counted for his Ignite tech. Wonder, does this do anything for Ignite? It does. So let's take a look if we could have. All right, so we're not going to go for the steel balls because that's not going to do anything. Probably go for something and sell it. Like the Phoenix is pretty good. Like you can bust the shields as long as you know, Phoenix is probably just our best choice. So we're gonna click this, and let's see, what else can we do? I think we're gonna need speed. We're gonna need to missile these guys. Super annoying. And is there anything else we can do? We can sell, but do we sell? Do we go for HE? Do we go for launcher overload? Do we go for like another tech here, like range? Do we go for ignite maybe? Don't really know. Think this is probably the better tech. And I mean, we're keeping the Phoenix alive here, so we probably want the Phoenix to be joining into the party as soon as possible. And is there some kind of other, like, something we can do here? So this is looking a little bit more effective, but our tower is about to go down. And that's going to be probably the end of our factory. We forgot to level our tower. We were really weak on this side. I think the last round here is already GG time because he's done quite a good job with how to you know, construct his army. I mean, theoretically, we could just go for another one. Right? Maybe this makes the most sense. Just click range, or I guess it's going to be shield. The range could be good, but I think it's going to be the missiles here. So let's try this. So it kind of looks like we're beating here. We're winning here until the this is an amazing fire. Kind of doing pretty well here too. War Factory still goes down. All right, so all we had to do was click the button there. Oh, that sucks. I thought we were so we do 25, 26, okay, 28, so it's kind of close. Now let's go to the previous round here. We put the War Factory on board. Was it the right play? I think so. Given, I mean, is there any other way to play it? You need massive amounts of shields. I mean, phoenixes to break his shields, and then, you know, I mean, do we ever go burst on the Phantom Rays? So let's say, I mean, I think this is good, but the problem is that the shields is going to take quite a long time to kill. And I'm not sure if we can actually kill anything behind the shield. So the safest option is just take the EMP. We can EMP here. And we'll just block his EMP. I think we go for burst, maybe even cloak. Continue to sell out of these useless rhinos. That was a huge mistake, going for the rhino. Could try that. And what else? Do we go for cloak? I think we want to go for speed since we want our units more up there. Cloak kind of makes sense. Burst kind of makes sense. Maybe burst is the answer here. Burst kills the Phantom Rays. I mean, kills the forts. He only has one more set of fangs left. So I think this was probably the better play in retrospect. But we don't have any fire now, so it's kind of precarious. I don't know if we can clear it. Because one pack of fangs are able to pretty much decimate us. But I think it's better than the I mean, it's either that or the cloak. The cloak, you get 40% damage. You're better at chaff clear. So now we're going to test if the cloak is better. Because cloak is 40% extra damage, but it doesn't clear the it's better at clearing chaff, pretty much. You could argue shield is good too, just for survivability. I'm just not sure. Yeah, I guess we could try that. But we need range, right? Or just more Phantom Rays? Well, we have cloak, so we don't need range. So just another Phantom Ray. Oof, we don't want this guy to die, but we can spread the fire from the middle. I mean, from here. Ooh, what happened? We're actually killing this. We're actually killing some of his fangs. So the cloak is interesting. It's not quite working. Yeah, this is definitely not working. So it's definitely burst, just because he's got the heavy shields. Yeah, the Rhino was so stupid to put him in the corners like that. That was our big failure. So we already know here that we have to go for burst. I'm just not sure if it actually even, if we replay it, if it's the same result or not. Okay, so I think here, here to here, we lose 1400. So that's pretty significant. What did we do wrong here? We went more Phantom Rays. And we went for the when we went for the Scorching Fire, I think. Yeah, I think we just go for this. Let's sell out of this. Continue to missile. And I think it's time for the burst already, maybe. We don't have any oil available. We can go for a range, or we could go for more Phantom Rays. Range is probably good here, just to keep our guys a little bit further out of trouble. And I don't know what else we need here. Maybe just temp range and a missile. So these guys, they're not actually, originally the idea was with the Scorching Fire is that they're going to kill the hounds, but in reality the hounds are not going to be at risk just because they're behind the bubble. So, you know, these guys are not going to kill the fortress anytime soon. So they're just lighting fire, and they just need to try to survive as long as possible with lighting fire. Maybe even the incendiary is better. So we probably could have used some levels on the towers. That burst is really important into the forts. It's just been so long since we played mass forts that it just didn't even occur to us. We forgot about that. It's been, as I said, like a decade. I also wonder, let's just say we don't even need that EMP, I think. I think we just, if we can go for this is maybe even better. And we'll just go straight into burst. Get a couple more. This way we don't even care if they die or not. And probably some levels on the tower. So as long as we get the initial fire down, we're going to be able to continue to reignite. The only problem is the extinguisher dog. They completely get rid of everything, then we're going to be in trouble. So it just depends on how well where the fire is, if it can reignite. There's some factors here. So here we go. Get the second fire through. And I mean, it works, but it was also close to not working, so it's hard to say. Yeah, so actually it didn't look like it worked. It looked like range is just the safer option here. Okay. So we've determined just go burst with range on the previous round. In round 5, this is where I think things start falling apart for us. We lose 700, so we should absolutely have gone for the cell. Or if we go for the Rhino, they should be Boom Rhino, but we can go for a cell here. Pretty good. We need to keep missiling this, regardless. There's nothing we can really do. Unless we want to invest into Mustangs, which would be bad. I think we could even go into burst right now, even. I mean, we could go into range, I think. It's kind of like too much money, so... I don't know about burst, because he's not definitely going into forts. We don't know. I mean, he is going to go into forts here. Just that maybe we don't need range. Maybe we just let's just see how many more Phantom Rays we can get into this. I mean, I think burst is, if we look at it results oriented, we need to go burst so we can win the game, right? 2 forts. I mean, once he commits to this tech, you know, he's not going to sell out of his forts anymore. It's a super expensive tech. Yeah, so it's an absolute massacre, I think, from our perspective. Boom Rhino would work, but I think it's kind of stupid. Like, it's gonna get countered. Like, you could do this if you knew what his build was. You could do this. I just didn't. I honestly just didn't know what he was gonna do. I'm pretty stupid. All right, so 2 Phantom Rays. You know, missiles. Maybe even armor. So it doesn't do anything. It just blows up. It just kind of hits his shield a little. Um, Maybe the Boom Rhino isn't so smart here. Looks like your computer has crashed here. Right, so what we need to test is, do we even need burst right now once we see 1? Because clicking burst is a bit, it could lose us the game if we click it at the wrong time. So it's not something that we should just automatically click. And for sure, we know that we don't want to click this because if he goes into the bubble, you know, into the shield bubble units, then the forts, then we're going to be in some trouble. So 200 left over. I don't know. Do we just go for attack defense? Do we go for some levels? I think we go for attack defense. Maybe. Should have been obvious. I mean, Fort and Carry Fang are like, you know, they're like peas and potatoes. We should have realized that, but we just you know, we don't really understand how the game is played outside of just Phantom Ray spam. So it's been, you know, and to be fair, it's been like so long since I think, you know, people really play the strategy. I didn't know that it was still a legitimate strategy. We were almost able to defend against it too. So here we're going to be able to, we lose just slightly. So I think that's reasonable given given we didn't know he was going to go into this. But I mean, we should have known, right? We should have clicked burst. So all right, well, at least we figured it out. We live and we learn, and we finally see a very interesting strategy that is a very old school, but it's still strong.